They're up early. Most of them are up there. There's some down there on that pile of hay. Neighbor over there, they like it when they're out in that pasture. We don't get them out there near enough. One reason I like it is neighbor lady over there, she grew up on a ranch in Klamath Falls, Oregon. And they like to eat meat. Yeah, that's where I shut it off last night. At 9 o'clock, it's plenty dark to see. And yeah, I said screw it, because that would have been 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I didn't want to come back out. So it just means I unhook the tractor where it is, drive it around to this side, and on the other side of this reel is the drive line. Hook it up right there, hook it to the tractor, and that'll take about a minute, minute and a half. Take longer to start the tractor this morning, probably. You know what, 3 or 4 days ago we had a 46-degree morning, and I mentioned it was a beautiful mid-October morning. Yeah, we're 42 degrees this morning, and what was it, 92% humidity. So if it looks damp out, yes it is, and it's freaking chilly. It really is. My fingers don't like this. They've got used to being warm. Anyway, yeah, we're kind of getting a little sunrise. There you go. I just got to get it tipped right. Oh yeah, and they did a pretty good, I'm too far away. Can't see to the bottom. They did a pretty good number on that bale. Well, bale and 3/4 or so that was there. Ah, there we can see. They must have spent a lot of time down here last night. They didn't spend a lot of time on it. We let them out, because an hour later they were all up in the feed barn just laying there. But they've eaten, I mean, they scattered a little bit, but not much. They've probably eaten about 70% of it. So, oh well. And yeah, a little lake effect down here again. I think the last few years we've laid enough water to reactivate a few springs too that haven't been going for years. And I hear the garbage man getting garbage. Oh, anyway, I gotta get this going, or I ain't gonna get it going. I don't want to be out here that late shutting it off again. Either get it in a position where it'll come in early enough I can move it and run all night, or whatever. I'm gabbing too much anyway. It's because I'm cold. I really, really need that fancy jacket I got from BCP Farm Trucking, but you know, when the weather got warm, that's just too warm. It'd be perfect right now for about the next hour and a half. But I didn't want to unhook this. This is no fun. Probably too much weight on it to unhook it anyway. Yep. It doesn't take very long. It really doesn't. I just gotta be on it to shut the PTO off quick, because I go too far and we screw things up. The orb's up there, just right at the top of that tree. You see water flying in the middle of the screen. I don't know if that's just a screwed up seal or what. Keep having that seal. It's in that fitting we got at the end of the line. It's in the T we're using it for an elbow. It keeps rolling. I don't know why. Don't have another one to replace it, so it's probably digging a freaking hole in the ground. And yeah, see water through the trees over there. Took me a while. I had a hard time getting that thing spun around where I needed it. And this one, when I get it stretched out, I sit here and babysit it for a minute, because every now and then those feet don't get a good catch, and where the sprinkler is right now, it's kind of rough, and those little tiny tires catch the ground. And yesterday I ended up standing on it, rocking back and forth, helping it dig in as it slid about a foot. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was a little better setup, but it works. Just got to keep an eye on it. We got on the front of the other bike, there's a gopher shovel, just for opening up gopher holes so we can smoke them. It's just the right size. It literally fits right in here perfect. You can wedge it down and work it a little bit and get a hole for these to drop into, but move a little bit, not too bad. But I'm pretty sure it'll stay, so it's got, I don't know, a couple hours maybe here. Pull it out again, move it, on down to the end of the line, I guess. I don't want to cross the lane with it yet, but we might have to. We'll see. Anyway, I'm done freezing my butt off. It only takes one to ruin it for all of them. There were a few up in the hayfield where they belong, and in here. And after Ty got here, or before Ty got here, one calf decided to go through the wire up here at the other end of this field. And then proceed to go through the wire into the bigger part of the three-corner piece. We got the idiot out of there. All these were standing up there at the gate because they weren't smart enough to come back down here and go around like they did yesterday. Well, we just spent the last half hour literally pushing with the bikes to get them back out. They can stay out of there now. That pile will be there when they come back later. They got it pretty well wiped out anyway. They need to be up there on that hayfield and get it grazed off before I water it anyway. Which is pretty much the next place the big traveler is going to go, so. Little one's in. Oh yeah. By the way, there we go. That would be the disc. He is getting a good line around the edge. And I saw the mower up there last night. So they're going to get that done now. I won't have to worry about that. I won't have to worry about some asshole flicking a cigarette out there or something. Yep, you're right. She's taking it apart and cleaning it up. So, put this one back on. Yeah, she's putting one back on. She's found a couple loose teeth. We have, knock on wood, haven't broke a tooth yet. Haven't had to change one out yet. This is the first time the wipers have been off at all. She's just taking the ones off that she needs to. Because that stuff. Some, oh, you don't worry about twine. I've seen balers advertised. Oh my God. At auction, you know, somebody just says, screw it, don't finish cleaning it up. But I mean, there's a couple I've seen advertised on a dealer's lot. They still got hay in them. The pickup is full of twine. It's like, what the hell? And it don't matter if it's a small square, big square, round baler, it don't matter. The first inline we had, bought used, it was more of a basket case than we thought. We replaced a lot of parts. Yeah, we called it the baler from hell. Literally. When we got into changing a few teeth, we got to looking. Well, that drives right in there. There was about 100 feet of twine packed in all the way around the bearing and in the bearing. Had all that apart, replaced everything. Yeah, it does make a difference. You got to keep the shit cleaned up. Besides that, where's it go when it's there? If it finally rots off or wears off, it goes into the bale. Cows don't need to eat that shit. Neither do horses or goats or whatever you're feeding. But anyway, this is where we are at the moment. I got the mower put to bed. Moved a bunch of stuff. I got to move equipment around. Hopefully we're going to go pick up some small bales. Dang dogs. Small bales of straw Saturday. Get a couple semi-loads hopefully. And I got to get the Versatile out of the way, so I think it's going to go back to the big bale barn. Please. Now that I got the fucking fly off my ass. You know, she's taking the wipers off. Found a couple more loose teeth. And She should have backed in another 1.5 foot, but the tractor's sitting outside the shop. See that right there? There's a bullhead right there, and my finger's on it. I can't see it in the camera either, so don't feel too bad. You cannot get on it straight enough to get it out. So, this just happens to be part of the main mount for raising and lowering the header. There is no reason to have all this meat out here. It's just laziness in manufacturing. All the strength is where the weld is. Freaking fly, leave me alone. So I'm just going to take the torch, cut that corner off, then hopefully we can get on it straight. And I don't remember having that issue on 4655 that we had. So somewhere along the line, some engineer who needs a band wrapped around his balls screwed that up. There we go. Already got it done. Isn't that much better? Look at that. Get right into it. No screwing around. Probably the same thing on the other side over there too, I'm sure. Well, this time they got their own disc there to stop it, and their pickup with the water tank in it. I'm guessing he's probably going to see if they'll let him refill. Otherwise, he can come down here and fill up. So, yeah, literally, right when I was walking out of the shop, I heard a truck come around the corner, and they showed up with no sirens on. So,
well, hell, it was already contained and already put out.
They got her. It's going to be a year for that.
Well, I'm sure you guys will have seen the clip already of the little fire that they had up here. And they had gotten it out and they disced around it. Well, we go in for lunch and Mom and I look out the window and we had black smoke over here. And Dougie up here has the big disc on and all that stuff. So Dad, I literally just got everything for Dad. He BF'd it out the driveway because he couldn't keep up with the smoke and all that shit either. And good old TVF&R can suck it right now. They decided to park right here next to the power pole. It's fine dandy, but when the fire's out and then you proceed to ream their asses and tell them how stupid they are, there comes a point. And then when you proceed to just leave and not make sure you put a little bit of water on it, that becomes another problem.
I keep my eyes open this time because there's a 650 horse quad track out here somewhere. He's above it. I ain't doing a whole lot down here other than just keeping it from going any farther, which will keep it from burning anymore and floating out. So, anyway, hey, another fun day, and I haven't seen Doug for a little bit, so I don't really know where he is. And unfortunately, on these hills, this thing doesn't do it. And he may be around the corner. I hope he has it something to him going up. He was just catching some smoke over there, and I just made 2 more passes over here, but I'm right pissing him off. We're going to knock a little down because I don't want to take this corner. This is a little hill, and this is only 2-wheel drive. And I spent a lot of time with my foot on the brake. But I'm going to hit a hot spot and cut across the top of it again. Well, me and Sir Rick can't do anything at all. It's parked there. There's a brush rig parked over there. I'm not sure. 2 of them stand at the back of it. I don't think they squirted any water. The farmer's own truck with the tank in it. He's already emptied the tank once. I think he went back for more. Apparently they're not going to give him more. I don't know. If they were, he should be over there getting it. The quad track's still over there. We've met a couple times at this corner. I think he's got it handled. He just turned it all brown. Show's over, so they just got a cop out here to close the road. The ambulance, I don't know, there's 4 or 5 fire engines that were just here. And apparently up there where I came into the field, they're trying to come in and out there. So, oh yeah, and they didn't want us to do any more because they wanted to spray some water on some black. That's 1 pass with both discs, and that's done, and we were both lined up to do it. And Dougie went around that way, and now here's Brilliance. I want to show you Brilliance. Let's drive through the tallest stubble we can find with a hot muffler. I don't give a shit if that's a diesel or a gas rig. He's dragging his muffler through the frickin' stubble. Dumbasses. I would guess they showed up with no water, maybe. I don't know. That's where they're sitting and they have to fill. And they haven't thrown any water anywhere. Go figure. Yeah, at least we finished up something today. There's actually quite a few loose teeth on here. They're all tight after what we did earlier. See, Ty and I were working on it before lunch and got bored of them. Did the rest after the fact. After playing around in the fire, and I think I did another 8. Of course, you know, no 2 of them on the same freaking row. And got that thing up in the air so I could fit underneath it. A little kind of a pain in the butt when the tractor's lower. It's a low tractor anyway. Fire department looked like they spent about another hour up there learning how to squirt water on dirt. Gotta say, at least somebody had their head out of their ass and they took it as a training moment. In the meantime, you know, they still only had like 1 rig that would move and pump water. But they give her hell that way. They made sure there wasn't any of that dirt gonna spontaneously combust. And well, Becky and Tyler just walked out of the shop. Ty finished pressure washing the big baler, so it's done. As soon as it gets greased, it can get tucked back in and unhooked. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this one. And I'm gonna have to move the sprayer because Maury's supposed to have 1,000 small bales of straw for us that are gonna go into Center Bay down there. So the Versatile's in the way, and I keep having to move it there. I'm just gonna put it back there where the sprayer is, and you know, we're not like we're gonna stack any hay in front of it. So still leaves me room. I can bring in 2 or 3 semi-loads and not cover it in. Got to find those semi-loads first. But yeah, that's the day. Didn't get as far as I wanted, but then I didn't plan on spending an hour and a half knocking fire down either. So, but it's all good. It's done. It never came down here. And it didn't go to the top of the hill, so. But anyway, hope you all have had a good Thursday, and hopefully Friday's going to be a good day. Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting too, because they've already got rolling blackouts going with high winds coming, and well, let's see, that direction, you can't see it, but toward where we got the barn up on the hill, the other side of the hill there, they're apparently already have some areas they got the power shut off to. Most of them are southern Oregon, but there's still quite a few areas up here and some in eastern Oregon. And my little rant about that crap is you can thank the state of California for causing that kind of issue, because they would not allow the power company to keep the lines cleared. I mean, if they did, they had to go through so many permits, and it takes 6 months to get the permits done through the state so they could do that. And trees were actually growing up into the power lines. They couldn't do anything about it. So that sparked off a fire here 3 or 4 years ago. And the power company got sued over it. And the judge did something in there. I mean, basically, it more than bankrupted the power company. And the judge made sure that the power company was still going to be in business. But so now the power companies up here, they don't dare have that happen. So they just shut your power off. I told Becky, our power shuts off, turn it as an outage, and if you can actually talk to somebody, say, hey, we're pumping water. Not only to protect our own ass, but, I mean, I can fill fire trucks here if they figure out how to come in the driveway. You know, we used to have 30 or 40 places all on all the maps where we could access water. A lot of those places were out of irrigation pumps. It's not like we don't have room here to have them come in, turn around, fill up, and leave. And hell, we drafted out of the creek down at our bridge before. these guys anymore. They don't draft. If they do anything, they set a portable pump out somewhere, pump out of a swimming pool. Well, a portable pump takes forever to fill an engine or a tanker. So I don't get their thinking. Their engines apparently don't draft now either. We used to draft out of ditches and put barn fires out, for God's sakes. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. Sorry about the long video, but obviously it was a long day. I'm done. I'm going to get that tractor out of here. I'm going to drop a pin in that hitch and grab this thing with the skid steer and go put it someplace besides right here. And we're going to go from there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe. Have a good tomorrow.